Good evening, everybody. I'm Teresa Perrin, and I want to discuss MULN and the fact that we got great news today that they funded the security for Elms. I also want to discuss the price action and a little bit of the technical analysis at the end. So let's get started. Please remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own DD. Guys, I am an investor in MULN. I am not day trading this stock. I am invested. So I believe that most of you watching this probably are. And I just want to address real quickly that I know a lot of people are frustrated with good news after good news and the fact that the price doesn't seem to reflect it. Guys, if you're a true investor, you appreciate days where the stock is low and you're able to add to your position. And guess what? Tomorrow, a lot of people get paid. It's Friday, it's payday, and that gives a lot more people an opportunity to add to their position if they choose to. They have extra money to do so, right? So I try not to look at it as a negative, as frustrating as it can be. I don't care about the short-term price action because I know what I hold and I believe in what I hold, and I've done my DD enough to know that I'm confident in my play and believe that it's going to make me money. And guys, I have my initial price targets. I have my where I hope this is in 5 years, where I hope it is in 10 years. And I'm just letting it ride out the market cycle right now. Because let me just tell you, it's not just MULN. There are so many stocks that have just been beat down very, very hard. But wait till I show you the short interest and where it's at right now. There are people that are just shorting this to oblivion. Like, why would you short a stock when it's trading below 30 cents? I don't know, but they are. And the numbers prove it. They are. There's nothing I can say or do to change that except tell you they're crazy. I don't get it. Like, what? The only thing I can be thinking they would do this for is they're hoping it goes to zero. Well, guys, I think David Mitchery has proven he's not going to allow them to take this to zero. And I think there's more to the story than what meets the eye or that we're ever going to know. And my reason for that, if you haven't already seen the video that I did regarding David Mitchery and his latest actions regarding setting up for in case he has to do a reverse stock split, which, guys, a reverse stock split is not on the table at this time. So I know a lot of people are frustrated and worried about that. It's a possibility. It may have to be if we can't bring that price up. But this is in preparation, and I think it's really to say to whoever's screwing with him, because I think that he knows that somebody's really betting hard against him. At least that's what it appears from the outside looking in and seeing what's going on with the short interest. I think David is just preparing and fighting back, saying, I'm not going to give you a chance to take down this company. So, you know, why keep shorting it when there's other companies you can go bother that are a lot higher of a price? We're at 30 cents. I mean, give it up. But guys, that's my opinion, and I just wanted to bring it up in this video. But let's get back to the facts here. All right, so the article that came out first thing this morning says existing shareholders invest $150 million to accelerate production and delivery of EVs. Mishawaka, Indiana plant is part of MULN's acquisition of Elms assets. And this is showing you the plant right here. This is the factory for the MULN 5 and Bollinger B1 and B2 EVs, guys. Brea, California, November 17, 2022. MULN announces today receipt of $150 million on November 16, 2022, which will be used in part to close on Elms assets. MULN is now positioned to fund and close on Elms assets and complete the engineering, preparation, and launch of EVs. This will accelerate the market introduction of our cargo van program and provide us with critical manufacturing capacity at a much lower investment than previously expected to supply the rest of our production portfolio, says David Mitchery, CEO. Now, the Elms assets, for those of you that aren't aware, include the factory in Mishawaka, Indiana, which provides MULN with the capability to produce up to 50,000 vehicles per year. All intellectual property, including all manufacturing data that's required for the assembly of the Class 1 van and the Class 3 cab chassis. all inventory, including finished and unfinished vehicles, part modules, component parts, raw materials, and tooling. All property, including equipment, machinery, supplies, computer hardware, software, communication equipment, data networks, and all other data storage. The completion of this acquisition brings together the critical enablers for our business strategy with our MULN, Bollinger, and Elms assets, as well as our plants. We are now in a unique position to be a leader in the new EV auto market, said Mitchery. Guys, this is so exciting. Really, it's great news from MULN, and this was the initial reaction we saw this morning before news even broke. And it's funny because if you watch my morning watch list, which if you aren't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. It's free. I put it out every morning. MULN was on there this morning, guys. And it's not that I knew David was going to put out PR. It was that the chart was telling me we were going to get a move to the upside. And I literally had just finished filming it and putting it out. And all of a sudden I see MULN doing this. And I'm like, all right, nailed it. Well, nailed it, but I didn't realize that there was something related to it that helped it to move like that. But guys, once again, these nasty little shorts came along and look what they did to us. Now, at around 2:30-ish, see this huge straight line up? Interestingly enough, we did try to break out. I don't know how, I don't know why. I looked on more than one chart to make sure I wasn't seeing things because sometimes I see what looks like a phantom print or something on the screen where I'll see a stock move, but it's not really there. And I don't know how to explain it, but like sometimes I'll go to other charts and I'll be like, where did that line come from? And I'll even record it because sometimes it goes like on and off and it's just weird. And I'm like, all right, maybe it's a premonition. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm crazy, but, that aside, all kidding aside, I'm not crazy. But I did go and look, at other charts and sure enough, I found it on there. So let me know down in the comments below if you saw this happen too, because I found it very interesting, but look at how quick it went up and came back in that same candle. It's just bizarre. Anyways. So we were up 2.74% today, and we're up another 1.86% in the after hours. Again, guys, it's like 2 cents. Honestly, should we be a lot higher? Yes, in my opinion, 100% we should. This adds to what's going on. You know, today, 68% of the total volume was traded in the dark pool. Guys, with more than 50% of trades being traded in the dark pool, how can we have any control over what happens? We can't. So, sweep orders accounted for 11% of today's trades. Now, sweep orders are market participants taking an aggressive action, either up or down in a stock. So, my guess is we're seeing probably aggressive buying being done, but we could be seeing aggressive shorting too. I don't know. Clearly, it's being shorted, so it could go either way. Now, block trades accounted for 51% of all trades today. And guys, block trades are institutional trading, and the average has been about 48% in the last 20 days. So this is relatively normal, maybe slightly more than normal. Personally, I think they're pinging the price back and forth off each other to control it. We're using the dark pools to keep it down until they acquire the positions that they want. Whoever they may be, would be like the market makers and the hedge funds and whoever, because guys, I don't know, my personal opinion is I seem to think that from what I see, they work together in this sort of thing, but again, that would be illegal. So allegedly, supposedly, it can appear that way, but who really knows? I'm just throwing it out there that something always seems fishy. If you look at the short interest, it is now, guys, gone from 18% to 20% to now 43.09% short interest, if this is indeed accurate. That is just disgusting. Yeah, we're becoming one of the most highly shorted stocks in the entire stock market. Isn't that lovely? According to this, it would only take 0.78 days to cover. I find that very hard to believe, but who knows? And the cost to borrow is between 5.5% and 5.84%, guys. So it's still fairly low. kind of encouraging them to short, right? And today we saw the highest amount of shorting that we have seen in the past 2 weeks. 49.05% was the short volume ratio. The lowest it's been in the past 2 weeks has been 23.73%. So kind of interesting where we made such significant moves today. Now let's talk about failure to delivers. Look at these millions, but then what do? They drive the price down and they cover. Tomorrow they have 39,088 failure to delivers due. Guys, I doubt it's that many still, because here we have 8,764 on 10/21, so that would be the most that they would have to cover, I would assume, based on this. But then you notice it starts to rise again, right? And then the most they bring it down in this upcoming 2 weeks of FTDs is to 659,468. So it looks like they're starting to have issues, okay? Because for now, they've been able to bring it down, but now they're struggling, it appears anyways, which is my guess, and that was at 52 cents. My guess is that's why they continue to drive this price down harder. Now, I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell, or do anything, but I'm going to tell you what it's going to take in order to move the stock. It's going to take that ape mentality of I'm buying and holding this, and I'm buying more, and I'm buying more, and I'm buying more, and F these shorts because they're not getting my shares type of mentality, guys. And that's about it. I mean, that's the only thing that we can do as retail, and just say, hey, this is what I say. Thank you, shorts, for giving me another day, another opportunity to buy this stock cheap. Guys, if I'm getting this stock below 30 cents, it's a freaking steal. If I'm getting it below 50 cents, I'm happy. Heck, I was buying it when it was $1. I was buying more when it was $1.33. Do you think that I'm complaining about getting it for 33 cents? I thought it was a steal of a deal then. So to get it for, or today, what did I buy it for? 28.5 cents, 29 cents, something like that. You know, guys, thank you. Thank you, shorts. I appreciate you allowing me to add to my position very, very cheap, because you know what? The reality is going to come that this bear market's not going to last forever. And those of us that had our conviction when MULN does take off, you know, provided our DD is correct and that we're right and that, you know, our money is well invested, in my opinion, I feel it is, we're going to really do quite well. And people will be like, wow, I can't believe I bought MULN for, you know, less than 30 cents. So take it at that. Let me just show you the chart and what I'm seeing there, and then we'll call it a night. So what I want to show you guys is looking at the 1-year chart of MULN. We have the RSI curling up. We're almost at that 50 mark, and I want to see this get above 50 and hold in that 50 to 70 range. That would be perfect. Now, looking at the MACD, as you can see, we're waiting for this red to curl up and cross above the green. And ultimately, I'd like to see it get back above this blue wave. It had started to earlier on towards the end of October, beginning of November here, when you saw that initial bounce up that we had, and then it pulled back. Now, interestingly enough, our 20 SMA and 48 are practically neck and neck, but our 13 has crossed below both of those again. So now we need that 13 to cross back above and cross over the 20 and the 48 SMA, guys, and then ultimately way up here to this red line above the 200 SMA. But my point being is that we are coiling, and we are coiling very hard. And I think when we break out, we're going to see a big, big move. So I just wanted to point this out to you. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great rest of your night.